Created by Sam Levinson, Euphoria is an HBO series that has made young viewers stay glued to their computer screen while streaming the show. Since the pilot episode was released in 2019 on the 16th of June, this series received major praise from critics and even got an 8.3 rating on IMDb and 82% on Rotten Tomatoes, which says a lot. The show is loosely based on the Israeli show that wore the same name, but unlike its Israeli counterpart, this one doesn't show teenagers from the 90s having the time of their life and getting in trouble. Although they both touch on the same theme, the show themselves are very different from one another. If you didn't know, Euphoria is one of the first HBO shows that features teenage life and the difficulties that come with it. If you thought that HBO would dip their toe into something that is risky, you're wrong. They got Zendaya, the famous Disney Channel star, to play the main character in the series. The series is a lot about the fun teenage life, which is coupled with sex, drugs, alcohol, friendships, love, drama, addiction, and depression. It tends to showcase the darker side of teenage life and the messes teenagers tend to get themselves into. Although some might consider the show a little graphic, that didn't stop HBO from making the first season a hit. So what about the second season? We know they had a huge success with the first one, so is HBO going to continue milking the show? Well, if you want to find out, you better keep watching, as we are going to look at Euphoria's Season 2 first look. Let's jump right in, guys. What happened in Season 1? It would be pretty dull to start talking about Season 2 without first looking into what happened during the premiere season of the raging show. Between Rue's addiction, Maddie's rape and sexual wickedness with Nate, where she completely controlled and dominated him by using sex as her only weapon, and getting everything she wanted from him, and Kat's weight problems due to her being raped at a young age, and now she's even selling herself for money, you could say there was a lot going on in the first season of the show. And to top it all off, we have this weird but sweet friendship between Rue and Jules that is out of this world. Jules even went so far as to tell Rue if she ever did drugs again, she would stop being friends with her, dismissing the fact that she actually has problems of her own and injures herself frequently. In the 7th episode, we got to see how Cassie battles with deep depression due to her numerous exploitive relationships from her past, her father's drug problem, and being involved with disturbing interactions with some of her relatives. The last episode was where most of the drama happened. We saw Rue and Jules reconciling, Maddie and Nate breaking up, and the same thing happened to Cassie and McKay, after which Cassie aborts her baby. Then Jules confesses that she loves both Rue and Anna. And when Jules agrees to Rue's offer to leave town, she agrees. But she didn't expect Rue to back out at the last moment and then leaves on a train all alone. This and her father's death causes Rue to take drugs and start to wildly hallucinate, and the show ended on an insanely good dance-sing choreographed choir. Whew! If that didn't cause you information overload, I don't know what will. What's about to happen in Season 2? With the not-so-short recap of the first season out of the way, we can begin talking about what we are going to expect for the second season of Euphoria. With Season 1 ending on such a giant cliffhanger, the fans couldn't wait. Smash that like button if you haven't done so already. But for real though, they couldn't wait to find out some juicy spoilers and what's going to happen in Season 2 of the show. But is there going to be a Season 2? You bet your sweet behind there's going to be one. HBO is not going to let the 5.5 million young viewers go to waste. So they renewed the contract for a new season. And Francesca Orsi, the VP of HBO, said, Euphoria creator Sam Levinson has built an incredible world with an extraordinary cast led by the supremely talented Zendaya. We are so grateful that he chose HBO as the home for this groundbreaking series. We look forward to following these complex characters as their journeys continue through the challenging world they inhabit. One thing that made us scratch our head is Rue's falling off the cliff of people at the end of the musical performance. Did she overdose? Is she going to be okay in the following season? Or did the directors decide that she had enough of the show? It's highly unlikely that they're going to kill off such a talented and valuable actor, but you never know. Not to mention, fans have been worried sick with Ray's health and her addiction. Will she be able to fight in the second season, or is it going to become an even bigger part of her life? One of the more popular fan theories out there says that Rey's fall at the end signified her imaginary descent into hell, and in Season 2, this will be the reason for her rebirth. Fans assume she will be battling her addiction and go to rehab. And even Barbie Ferreira looks at her character's future pessimistically. She told the New York Times that she expects her character Kat to make even more bad decisions in the future. Next is the dilemma about Nate's panic attack. We couldn't help but wonder what had caused him to behave so unnaturally. One reason could be that fans are theorizing about his inability to perform while in the bedroom with Maddie, which was followed by the raging argument between him and his father. Plus, we cannot ignore the fact that Maddie saw Cal Jacobs, Nate's father, and a married man have sex with Jules on a video. What will happen to the Jacobs family if Maddie rats on them? When will Season 2 air? With the raging COVID-19 pandemic sweeping the world, nothing is certain. We thought that they would be able to release the new show in late summer and early autumn of 2020, but God knows that ship has long sailed away. We did hear good news from HBO though. They said that the team has finally gathered together for the table reads. That means two things. The production of the show is back on track, even though it was a little delayed. And second, the scripts are finally done for the second season, so that looks really promising. Even though the scripts are done, we still don't know whether or not Season 2 will have the same number of episodes like Season 1, although that seems highly likely. And even though we thought Zendaya's character was surely a goner in the second season, we were proven wrong. Her Twitter post about HBO announcing the new season starring Zendaya was a surefire sign that she'll be back. Who should we expect in Season 2? We know that Zendaya will be back for the next season, but who else? The cast is bound to remain the same. All of the characters work in pairs, meaning that if HBO wants to keep the tension and controversy alive, well, they better keep most of the cast members. That would include people like Jules Vaughn, Hunter Schafer, Nate Jacobs, Jacob Elordi, Lexi Howard, Maude Apatow, Fezco, Angus Cloud, Kat Hernandez, Barbie Ferreira, Cassie Howard, Sydney Sweeney, Maddie Perez, Alexa Demie, Chris McKay, Algee Smith, and among others. The show is said to have added Kelvin Harrison Jr. from 12 Years a Slave, but is unclear who the young actor is going to play. As far as new roles are concerned, Euphoria released a casting call where they were looking for 4 new characters to add to their lists. They are the following. Darian is a male, 18+, to play 17, a guy who is sensitive and vulnerable, potentially could struggle with addiction. Ray, male, 18+, to play 17, positive and attractive with a big smile on his face. Amy, 18 to 20, female who is a drug addict and a stripper and always talks smack to everyone. And Serena, 50+ female, Caucasian who is sassy and tough, works like hell to earn a living. When it comes to showrunners, we're definitely going to be seeing more of Sam Levinson, and Drake are going to be back. What we don't know for sure is whether or not Champagne Papi will get back into the directing chair in Season 2 of the show. And if you thought you have Season 2 covered, this statement made by Sydney Sweeney when talking to E.T. will sure make you double guess. She said, "You won't be able to guess what's coming." I couldn't even guess it. I mean, everything with life as a teenager is shocking, so you never know what to expect. And there you have it. What should you expect from Euphoria Season 2? Oh, and do you have a favorite actor from the show? If you do, you can tell us in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.